We have Ajuwon from Ibadan, Nigeria, Africa. Yeah, we know it's in Africa. Anyway, so come on, guys. Just go to the chat room and let us tonight because okay, for tacos. Okay, Martin from Lagos. Go to the chat room right now and let me know where you are connecting from. And that's something that I want to say. You just tell us now. Okay, Maryland, Lagos, Nigeria, Africa. La la, good to see you. Good to see you. La la, good. I'm so pumped up tonight. I'm so excited. Okay, Bukuluwa is connecting from Abeokuta. Faith is connecting. Faith is connecting from Ogun. If you're connected from Shagam, I have a gift for you. But if you're not, no gift. No gift. So let me know you're connected. It's good to have one of us here. Yeah, we're just waiting for our people. They started having O&B parties. They started partying because the only party that should keep people even away right now. By now, we should have a good number of people right here. So go on top. You miss a gift. If you are connected from Shagam, I'll give you a gift right now. Right now. Good. It's good to have you guys here. It's good that we have all of us here, and it's going to be a wonderful time. They were talking about money matters, everything in the morning, from beginning to the end of money. And then we have a gifted young man here that gone from the rough times where he is right now. God has really helped him, and not just God, number one, but also there's something up there I want to talk about. There's something great that he knows he's doing, and that he's getting all the attention that he's getting, because it's not just easy to get the kind of things that he does, and the kind of art that is big, and we just need to listen to them, and so that they can help our money game, help our money and get us to point, the place where we ought to be. And I'm so excited. Now I was checking your name tonight. I was trying to get an image of the office so that I use it to post on my what's it called, WhatsApp notification. And then when I was going there, I saw Ayilara was. I said, okay, let me click on this. And I clicked on that. And I saw, I mean, something that appeared $200 million. $200 million. I mean, yeah, I do $200 million. $200 million. I'm checking. I mean, in his court. I mean, I signed that. Go forward. Tell us about that. And he's a very young man, but full of wisdom. But anyway, tonight is going to be good, and people are coming gradually, and we're so excited that people are joining us right now. And we'll move on. But before we go on, let me have some conversation with some people. Quickly, this is your first time of connecting with us. Let us see your answer the first time. Your first time in church tonight. Let's see your hands up. Go to the icon and just here. Today is my first time of connecting. Okay. Any answer? Okay, do face. You are raising your hands. Thank you so much. Raising your hands. And then do you want to talk to us do faith? You want to talk to us? You want to tell more about yourself? If you want to, they will meet you. Okay, who doesn't want to talk tonight? Okay, Stacey would love to. Can you unmute it to let us talk to us? It's a first night here, and then who is unmuting now, please? Please unmute in your face.
All right.
In your face, please.
Yeah. Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lou. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. I'm excited to be here.
Good. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm a software engineer. I'm a recent graduate. Currently, I'm doing my National Youth Service Corps, but I'm a software engineer with under PettySave.
Okay, awesome. Petty say that's the pertinent group. Anyway,
Yes.
it's good to be here. Let me just good. Guys, I'm just trying to buy some time to allow some of our friends come in because I know when wallet starts, there's no stopping it. You want to go straight and get things done. And I don't want us to miss any part of this. Our people are coming in gradually and gradually. And for those of us who are members of our business professional community, tomorrow we'll be having a meeting tomorrow. And tomorrow's meeting, it's more about our health. It's more about our health and how we can stay productive by taking care of our health, what we eat and what we do. And then tomorrow, it's a closed meeting. You have to be a member of the community for you to enjoy, for you to have access into that program tomorrow, 7 p.m. And we're having Oge and Tomiwa Adi Akinola. They are body and habit modification experts from the UK. And then they're going to be teaching us a lot of things on how we can take care of our health, what we need to do, how we need to go about it. And interestingly, when I listened to them some other time, they had an encounter with the COVID-19, but they were able to deal with the COVID-19 even with their stable health. And then all these things are going to be teaching us tomorrow, because right now we're seeing the second wave coming up. The second wave is coming up. In Europe right now, they're scared. Everybody is scared, but we don't have to be scared. When we take care of our body, when we get ourselves to the point where even if it comes, we will be able to. I think it was Ibrahimovic that said that COVID entered his body that is going to deal with COVID. And that's somebody who's sure of his body. And then we need to show of our body also. Crisis, prove health. Crisis, prove health. And it's very important for us to be here tomorrow, but it's only for members of the business professional community. So please take note of that. If you want to be part of that, there is a number that is showing on the screen right now. Just look closely, and then you will be able to call that number, and you should be able to join us. And that's one. And the next program we'll be having is on the 9th and 10th of October. 9th and 10th of October. That's where we will have, now we have a new addition to that, interestingly. The beautiful lady you can see beside me in that flyer agreed to be there, and then Bola Akinlabi, the co-lead pastor of Elevation Church. She will be with us on Saturday the 10th, and then I'm so excited that she's coming. And then what is the business think tank all about? Is to help you build businesses that can last for 50 to 100 years. So that's why we have gone to bring the Titans, the Christopher Collar days, and then the Party Told Me. to come and teach us what they know, how they've helped businesses grow for 40 to 50, 60 years of their corporate experience. They have some things that they want to tell us. So if you want to be part of that also, pick up your phone and call the number. Call the number. And then you can see the criteria that we wrote down there. And then you must have a growing business. You must run an ethical business. And also you must have the capacity to fly anywhere in the world. Why did we say that? Some of our programs will be outside the country. We could decide to go to Singapore. We could decide to go to France. We could decide to go anywhere. And we don't want a situation, somebody's like, no. You guys can tell me before now. So we're starting in Lagos. And then as you can see, March next year, we're going to end it in Dubai. So you just need to join the train right now. Pick up your call and call. And you're wondering, how much is this? Call that number and they will tell you. It's not expensive at all. Not expensive. Good. So tonight, I think you have enough people right now in the room, so we can move on. Tonight we have a very pleasant young man. I've known him for quite some time, and it's more like watching somebody go from zero to where he is right now. And I'm so excited that he's joining me here tonight as we talk about money, as we talk about how to get it, how to multiply it, how to be daring. He sure is a daring man. So I'll be giving him the platform. He will speak. After he's done speaking, then we will go into the Q&A, and then we'll have some other discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not mind, please help me welcome my friend, my brother, my aburo, and because we've known ourselves for quite some time. Help me welcome Olawale Ayilara, the CEO of Landway Investments, as it takes the floor. Wale, the floor is yours. Hope you're there. I can see your picture. I need to see your video. Okay, he's here.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I believe everybody can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I was just trying to wrap up some other things before I give all my attention here. So, my mom, Mr. Nia, thank you very much for having me. I don't take this for granted. Even though I was somewhere consuming I had to just find my way quickly to the office, and thank God I have my escort with me, so the road was good. All right, so, well, I'm just going to be sharing some few thoughts. I just want us to dialogue. I'm the speaker. I'm just a businessman, but being able to share some topics on different platforms. And this is one of the most important topics that a lot of people want to really hear about. So, because when it comes to money, everybody wants money. Don't be religious about it. Money is good. You know, there was a time someone invited me to a church to speak, and I was just landing from a very long trip, so I had not really prepared. So, but while I was in the car making my way to the church, I started thinking that, okay, what do I need to share? And the first thing that came to my mind was money, topic about money. So, and something inside of me was like, you're going to the church, so why should you be sharing something about money? So, but that was the only thing I could pick in my spirit to share. So when I got to the church, so I asked a very important question, that who here needs a breakthrough? Everybody's hand was up. Everybody needed a breakthrough. Everybody, including the pastor. So everybody's hand was up. Everybody needed a breakthrough. So I took some time to start asking some of them that, okay, so what breakthrough exactly do you need? So, and it was quite shocking that 99.9% of the congregation needed financial breakthrough, then it really dawned on me that really I've picked the right topic within my spirit. So I shared with them that day, and I hope that they were blessed. I'm sure they were blessed because I got some messages after that. So I hope this thing will happen tonight. And I hope that we'll have a wonderful time. And I will take questions. So tell me, I just want to know everybody's background. I mean, as many people as I can, just to know what you do. Do we have a lot of business people here? Do we have a lot of people in career here? So I'll be looking through the chat session while I talk. So just put in there what you do, and I'll be looking through the chat. So when we talk about money, I don't see anybody here who doesn't need money. Trust me, even Dangote is still very much passionate about money. I'm sure you know what's this guy's song? Dangote, 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 see they find money. So sorry, let me just control my light. So you can give me some minute. Okay. So everybody wants money. And the question is that how come everybody can't just get this money? How come? You know, one day back then when I was in school, one day I sat in my room and I was thinking to myself that God is the most powerful. God is the most powerful. He's extremely powerful. Even the human mind cannot comprehend the power of God. We don't even understand it. So I was there in my room and I was saying to myself that God has the power to say, everybody become a billionaire and everybody automatically will become a billionaire. How come God is not just making everybody a billionaire? That guy begging on the streets, that's how come God is not just crediting everybody? How come? How come God is not crediting everybody? I mean, this is, if you check from facts, people who go to different camp meetings, be it, I don't want to mention, many pray with extreme power, and at the background of what they are praying for is money. Trust me, it's money. Tell me, is there anybody here, your problem is no money, you have enough. Your problem is no money. I would like to read from the chat. You have enough. Your problem is no money. Maybe your problem is just tell me. Even those with spiritual problem, most of it is backed by idea that their problem is spiritual, but really, it's money. It's money. It's health, is something that they are. A lot of people, when they tell you that they are believing God, money first. And come, God is not predicting everybody. Then I was able to come to a conclusion within myself that tonight, I'm a businessman, but also I have my roots is in the Word of God. So, and I will balance both tonight. So, how come God is not crediting everybody? It don't mean that God is not in the business of helping people to make money, because if God is the one that is helping people to make money, then Christians should be richer than people who are idol worshippers, people who belong to different occultic groups. Christians should be richer than all these guys if truly God is the one crediting mean, yeah, you go to some countries where you cannot even, it's very difficult to even find a Christian. One day I was talking to one of my friends who is a pastor that, look at your stage, has all the keyboards, all the everything, Yamaha, all these expensive instruments. So the people making this instrument, they are somewhere in Shanghai, they are somewhere in the deep part of China, in different, and they worship about 21 gods. You know, these guys have different small, you know, gods they just make for themselves. And they make this thing, and yet it's a very useful, instrument within the Christian circle. And the person producing that instrument does not even have the idea of you know. So it goes beyond you saying that, and I will balance it for you. I'll tell you the place of God, and I'll tell you the place of yourself. So for me, I figure that if you really want to make money, it's up to you. If you don't want to make money, it's up to you. But really, people are their own problem when it comes to money. People are their own problem. Trust me, I've been there. I started business at a very early age. I started business at maybe 14, and I registered my first business at 17. So it's been more than 10 years of different businesses that I've done within the course of my life, and done quite a number of businesses that have failed. And what I'm about to share with you tonight was what was the liberating point for me. My understanding of what I'm going to share tonight, what I'm going to share tonight, my understanding of it was, see, after encountering this information that I will share tonight, there's no business I've touched that has not made money. There's no business I've touched. Yeah, people know me with Landway. Yeah, they know me with Landway. They know, okay, Landway is like, it's a fantastic brand. Yeah, but there are other, I'm sitting also as a capacity of CEO Oxygen Holdings. Yeah, I mean, there are many things that I do, be business-wise, and I've never, and none of them, I started the business about 4 months ago, and that business has already grossed over $1 billion 4 months ago, and I'm not even active in the business. In fact, I've not been 24 hours active in the business, and it's making money. So the understanding of what I'm going to share tonight will really help you and change your perspective about a lot of things about money. Of course, making money, you can't make enough. Trust me. The more you make, the more your expense appetite. You know, back then in school, one of my friends' brother bought a shoe for 45,000, and we discussed it for 1 week, one whole week, because we can't just understand why somebody would buy a shoe for 45,000. It was our topic in school for a whole week. You know, we were saying 45K, because then maybe the maximum we'll buy is maybe about 1,500 shoe, and then here is somebody. So, but the more you grow in life, in fact, as a matter of fact, if I enter a store and they show me a shoe and they are saying it's 45,000, I probably might not buy. Then I'm like, this will be fake. You know, so your as you grow, your appetite, if you get to a point where maybe you fly first class now, then you feel no, you just need a jet. So your expense, you can never have enough, because see, you ask yourself that when you are making 100K, you are living fine. You could manage yourself, and now that you're even making 5 million, you can hardly save. And then you ask yourself that, okay, where is all this money going? You know, at the point I was asking myself, how come suddenly my expense just, because to maintain my life on a monthly basis, maybe about, to maintain on a monthly basis, or to minus staff salary, and then whatever, we pay over 200 people monthly, overhead, but my own personal maintenance a month, maybe about between 6 and 7 million naira. And you think, but Wale, what has changed? This is, some years ago, you even do big boy with 50,000 naira. So you can never make enough. And the more you make, the more your expense appetite increase. You will just realize that. So you can never make enough. But what is most important is that I like something about money. And the most important thing is when you have it and you can afford anything and anything you want to. You know, back then in school, I'll tell my friends that if I'm not going to give my child anything, it won't be because I don't have, it will be because I don't. You know, back then we grew up with so many stories. You know, they will tell you, do you think they pluck money on the trees and all that? And these are, you know, limiting beliefs that, you know, so a lot of people thought making money is very difficult and, you know, and all that. But for me, making money is the easiest. Is, as a matter of fact, is very easy, very easy. And by the time I'm done tonight, I believe I would entertain some questions and then we can dialogue together and have a good discussion. So, you know, it's a very easy thing, you know. And let me just start by saying, yeah, I've established the fact that you can have enough. You have, the more you make, I mean, just, but it's important that you have enough to make you comfortable, to make you afford anything and anything you want to afford. You will never understand, you know, when I started making money, and I would always, when I'm traveling, I always fly economy. And you know, my peer would tell me that, sir, let's do business class for you. I would say, you know, by the time you look at the economy money and business class money, it's like scale, as in is just too, the gap is just too wide. You know, from maybe 450 and seeing 2 point something million, I can't just wrap my head around it. So I will just take my economy and then but one day she didn't discuss with me, she just booked me on business class. And then I saw it. At first I was, you know, from my office to the airport, I was really lashing out, like, why will you waste money like that? Why you put me on business class? What's wrong with you? Do you think that this money, blah, 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 blah? You know, by the time I got in, you know, first with the private lounge, free food. I got into the plane and it was the service fantastic. And since that time, I've never, in fact, you know, and you know, sometimes this is what happens. So I will share with you quickly, and let me just start. So all that on a very lighter note. Number one is three things about money is, and everybody knows that, making, managing, and multiplying. And making is what a lot of people feel is very difficult. But a lot of people believe that they can manage money. A lot of people believe that when they make money, they can multiply it. Yes, making. So let me start with the making, money making. Are we together?
Yes, we are. Yes,
so,
we are.
Yeah, so money making. Now, when it comes to making money, trust me, we all make money. We all make money. Just that the proportion is what is different. We all make money. You are working somewhere, you are doing a business, you are doing something, you are putting something forward, so we all make money. Somebody can be making 10,000, another person can be making 100, another person can be making 1 billion, another person can be making 200 million, another person can be making. So we all know how to make money. I need to first establish that fact. We all know how to make money. So there's nobody here, I mean, you are working, so you are making money already. You know, like even for you to have money to buy data, you didn't beg for it now. I mean, I don't know anyway, but you're already making money and you're already spending money. So we all know how to make money, but we are just not too very conscious about this silent part of how do we make this money. And what I tell people is that money responds to value, and value, now let's agree on that. Money responds to value. The reason why you are getting paid where you are working right now is because you are working, you are graduate, you believe that you have the knowledge, that is helpful to the company, and then they're paying you salary at the end of the month. Or you are in business, maybe you are into service or product. Yes, you are buying something at 10 naira, you're selling at 15 naira, or you are providing a service. So we all know how to make money. So we know that money responds to value. Money responds to value. Now, I believe that is enough for everybody to understand that money responds to value, and I would say that I believe we all agree on that money responds to value.
Yes.
Now, if we believe that money responds to value, then another thing that people fail to realize is that when I say money responds to value, or when we come to the conclusion that money responds to value, because the money you're making now, you're providing a particular value to some people, and then they're paying you and all that. So when we know that money responds to value, another thing that people fail to understand is that is it value that I like, or value that the market has potential for? Now let me break that down. You see, people have come to me a lot of times, they are doing one business or the other, and I look at what they want to do. They sound all passionate about what they want to do. They are very full of what they want to do. They are very happy. The idea to them sounds very exciting, but the idea has no market potential. Now, when you tell people, when somebody walk up to you and tell you that, okay, I have this business idea, or this is what I'm doing, or this business I'm doing, and you tell them that this business you're doing has no market potential, they feel, okay, probably you don't understand the idea, or maybe you just want to talk them down. So now, this market value that we are talking about, I tell people that it's not about what you want to do. It's not about what you want to do. I'm sure that a whole lot of us here, we studied maybe different courses on campus, and then we are here doing something else. I'm not sure. Maybe if we decide to take a poll here, people who are doing currently right now what they study in school versus people who are doing something different as to what they study in school, we have a larger number of people who are doing extremely different thing entirely. So life has been able to force upon you to realize that when you enter into the market and there is no gap for what you do, you put yourself in a position to offer a service or a product in respect to what you think that another value that you think that you have. I studied petroleum and petrochemical science, for instance, and a lot of people find that hard to believe. Even myself, I find it very hard to believe. How I survived the 5 years, I really don't know, but I survived it. So when it comes to, so I feel so much in business that any idea I throw out, the world will throw it back at me. It's like, and at the point I was very angry with God, because at every idea I will pray like 2 hours. God, this one, let it happen. I will press calculator and say, okay, if I do this thing, I do this the amount I will make, and I will pray. I can have one experience. It was indeed an experience, because it happened at the experience concept. So it was indeed an experience. So I did IT, it was 2010. So all the money I'd made from maybe different sources, business and all that. So I put all this money together along with one of my friends. Until date, she didn't even recover from the phobia of that experience. She didn't recover. 2010, you can imagine, she has no, I mean, when you mention business to her, she, because I was able to talk her into it. I talked her into the idea, and we went to the experience concert to sell Ofada rice. It was a total disaster. It was a total disaster. I mean, super total disaster. And before doing embarking on that business, I mean, we want to sell food though, at a concert, Christian concert. So we want to assist the gospel. So we prayed, hold hands, and we, did all the speaking in tongues and all that. I think, we have this business and all that. And we failed woefully. In fact, woefully. Then I started wondering that, God, what else? What else? I promised tithes. I promised everything, that money we make from this thing. So God, at least, even if you don't want to consider me, at least consider the money that I'm going to pay to church as tithes. So why can't this thing just work? I'm sure God must have been laughing, because He doesn't, your anger, your highest level of anger, your 1000% anger doesn't move God an inch, because the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. So somebody can be a born again Christian and will live in abject poverty and die and make heaven, and then get there and want to try to make his case, and but my people perish for lack of knowledge, irrespective. So it was a total disaster that this house, I threw that idea into the market. They didn't only throw it back at me, they carry it back and put on my head. It was a disaster, it was a mess. So when it comes to making money, a lot of people are sentimental about it. So you want to do that thing that you enjoy. You want to do something that is convenient for you to do. You want to do something within your, you say, okay, this is what I have capacity for. This is what I have. See, it's as easy as, now, if you see this scenario, I'm a real estate now, and people send me a lot of messages almost every time, DMs, family members, friends, and all that. And a lot of these messages is about financial assistance and all that. A lot of it I try my best. But also, you must also realize that, you can't help everybody. God that has the answer to everybody's prayer, that can even answer everybody's problem, is not doing that. So why must you respond to everybody's problem? So people will say, okay, I have this problem. And I'm like, okay, you have this problem. I'm selling something. I will give you what I'm selling. Go and sell it. If you sell for me, I give you this amount. And they tell you that, I don't know how to do sales. Then you should like poverty. How will you say that you don't know how to do sales in this age and time? Everybody is selling something. Yes, everybody is selling something, and that's the biggest skill that anybody can master. There's no lack of employment for salespeople. Salespeople are always needed. But that aside, so when you tell them, okay, do this, and then you now figure out that their situation is not that a big problem to them. Because if their situation is a big problem to them, you will find what your hand can do and do it to the best. How do I spend my money? I spend transport, pay my rent, I buy data, that is communication, I go on taxi, that is transportation, food, that is another thing. Health. If I'm feeling headache, I go to the pharmacy, I buy, health. So I was able to identify 10 areas where my money is going every month, every week, every day. So I called a few of my friends. So I said, okay, this pie chart, can you also do the same? Then I discovered that everybody's money is going in the same direction. All our money is going in the same direction. All our money is going in the same. If you do this chart now, pie chart now, you will see that just that it is, it has bigger values with other people. Maybe about 20% of your money is going into transportation, another person maybe 15%, another person maybe 30%, depending. But our money flows in the same direction. And there are people who are positioned to getting this money. Now, you ask me, is Dangote passionate about cement? Is Dangote passionate about sugar? He's not passionate about it, but you understand that when it comes to food, there are certain things, because now I will still step it down. Now, when you discover this area, when you do this chat with your friends, with your families, and then you now pick the average, you can say, okay, top 5, rent, food, transportation, communication, entertainment, depending, clothing, depending. Now, when you do that, you now look at it again and decide for yourself. People in oil and gas, do you think they are passionate about oil? And that's the first question you ask yourself. They're not. It's just business. Business is what it is. Business is either product or service. I like product because product is pretty much easy. I buy something for 10 naira. Service, in this part of the world, people really don't understand service. People really don't understand it. And that's why people don't place so much importance on knowledge, because service is knowledge. Service is a skill that you are knowledgeable about, that you have, that you are knowledgeable about, and you're trying to pass it on to others, or a knowledge that you have, you're trying to, is mostly abstract. So you're either putting your hands to work or you're putting your brain to work. So that is service industry for you. But a lot of people don't, that's why maybe you go to your in-laws house for the first time and they ask you, what do you do? And you tell them that you are a therapist. They look at you very, very, they just can't understand how you make money from that. You tell them that you're a life coach. They look at it like, okay, so what team do you coach? They just can't understand. They just can't. You tell, that's why a session like this, you can see we have about 105 participants. They just can't. Knowledge is to some people, they just want to do the hard. They don't want to spend time to sharpen their axe. So they just want to keep on cutting, and they will spend eternity. They will go from Palm or St. John to Holy Ghost something. They will keep going. I have uncles that have been going even before I was born, and they are still on the same spot. So God will not take pity and say, okay, because you've been going for this also number of years, all those things doesn't move God. He can be this thing and still be, all those ones doesn't move God. If it's moving God, there are people in Dubai who have in Nigeria. How many churches do you think they have in Dubai? And they are extremely very, 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 a very nice country that, so we get to be so religious about a lot of things. And I tell you that the mess we are in today is because we have a lot of churches around who really don't speak the truth. That the change, we are the change. We don't expect God to come down and change things for us. God did not go to America and change it for them. God didn't go to China and change it for them. Even China they are the biggest when it comes to idol worshiping. Indians and all that, they are the biggest. And yet you see how their country is turning out. So we go to school and then they don't tell us that we need to find our way into politics and become change agents and then do things for ourselves and say, okay, this is our country and we must fix it. So we just want to say, okay, God will do it and, God will answer. We just pass every responsibility to God, everything to God. But when it comes to money sharing, we don't pass that on to God. So, but I'm not here to discuss politics. So I hope you're following me and I hope that we're learning something. So when it comes to that, and you break down this chart, do with your friends and all that, and take a critical look at it. I mean, this research is even online. If you go online and then do some research, you will see that everybody's money is going in the same direction. There's a bank that when I give them a check, trust me, they are already waiting in the office of the person that is collecting the check. They must open an account for that person. They chase their money. Once they see those figures on the check, they will say, sir, once they know the company, trust me, in less than 2 weeks, they will hunt down the owner of that check, and they will make sure that that person open an account with them. They want their money. They are very aggressive when it comes to. So you must track money like that. Now, when you did this chart, you now decide based on the one you want to do, because it's obvious that you now have 10 key areas where, and you can choose the top 3. I mean, you can choose the top 4. You can choose the top 5, depending. But you can pick the ones that has a lot of charts already. You must have big mind. And you don't say, because you also want to do real estate. I mean, you're welcome to the game, but if you pass my part, I'm going to crush you. I don't have sentiments in business. I'm that bullish when it comes to business. So, but, you can go into different sectors, real estate including and all that. I'm not trying to scare you, so don't be scared. The market is big, We're still with the Lagos State governor and then discussing a lot of big plans. So there's a lot of deficit and all that. If you are up to the task, sure, why not? So when you have these areas and you've been able to identify them, you now tell yourself that based on, you want to pick 2 that you want to study within the value chain. Now, every business has a value chain. Now, I can tell you that in real estate, there is over 52 value chain within real estate. Over 52 value chain within real estate. Construction, supply, woodwork, I have all these files somewhere. There's a lot within that value chain, a whole lot within that value chain. Now, when you look into a value chain critically, now, managing money and multiplying money, see, make it first. When you now make it, then the choice is yours. If you want to multiply it or you want to manage it. I mean, how you need to manage and how you need to multiply. But I believe that when you make it, because multiplication is just investment, knowing the right place to sow your money. I mean, it's just putting it on the ground. So multiplying is about investment, strategic investment. And now when I say strategic investment, you see, 2 years ago, I said to myself that, okay, Wale, I'll not tell you when I'm what, but the last time they valued my company, personally, I'll not tell you when I'm what, but the last time they valued my company, the last valuation as of, is it good for me to say this here? Don't worry. So, but
you don't want us to come with letter of benevolence.
Well, no. Okay, but I can say this here anyway, just to help, and it's not evaluation done by one company that's a mushroom company. I think the evaluation was done by a multinational company, and we're worth more than 150 billion. Now, that is just the honest truth. So, and sorry, I was making a point before that. I can't remember now. I can't remember the point I was making before.
You can decide whether you want to manage or you want to multiply.
Okay, yeah. So 2 years ago, I said to myself that, okay, Wale, you need to do something for yourself. And I said, I won't tell you exactly what that is, but I will just hint it. I said, okay, you need to make X and Y amount from investment, from something that is, they call it passive income. So they call it passive income. That is, passive income is, we are not doing anything. You're just sitting down, you are sleeping and waking up. And there are a lot of wealthy people in Lagos who have built passive income for themselves. I won't tell you the stage of my passive income now. I won't, But so I said to myself that I need to build a passive income for myself. So, and I'll give you example. But whatever example I'm going to give you is actually more than that. So, but if you say, okay, Before you are this, you want to, and that is one thing about multiplying money. So when you are making, you are tying some down. So I said, okay, you can have 1 billion naira from passive income, from rental income. Let's just use rental income for instance, because that is, my money is not anywhere else. All my money is in real estate because I understand that game and I've never missed. Now, also knowledge will determine how successful you will be within that game. So also, so okay, you can, if you have 1 billion a year from rental income, rental income is passive income. That is, you just have different properties that is up for rent, and you're just collecting rent every year without doing anything. And the more, if you have inflation within the market also, if you have inflation within the market, it also helps. I mean, it increases with, if you have fuel increase now, before you know it now, they will increase rent. So, it moves also with inflation. So if you make 1 billion from rental income and divide down 1 billion by 12, so you make about 80 something million naira per month. With 80 something million naira per month, trust me, you can do almost anything for yourself. You will travel to anywhere in the world. You will send your kids to the best schools. You will do, and they will just call you to take offering in church. You will turn it to a sermon. You want to just waste people's time. There are many people, in the estate where I stay, there are many elderly, this thing like that. They are making billions. So when they knock your door like this, they just sit with you and talk. They don't have anywhere to go now. So they made it. So you can build a passive income for yourself, and it's something that when you're making money, you really need to do it fast. So that you have, so that is, but I'm not going to go into that multiplication. Let us understand how to make it first, and then we would maybe later in life we learn about how to multiply it and also manage it. Management of money is okay. You need to understand that I feel that people who are not intelligent are those who have savings. Apologies to anybody with savings account here, or maybe you're saving money, and I feel it's for people who are not intelligent. It's mostly for civil servants. Apologies to civil servants. So, but there are a lot of knowledge around managing money. But let's stay on just making money, and then I will take questions very soon. So, so when it comes to making money, when you understand any of these sectors that you want to go into, take a zoom lens and zoom into the entire value chain. If you know the amount of value chain in transportation, and I tell you, agri business. Now, when I say agri business, I'm not saying that go and start a farm. You will be poor. People don't understand that part. I've told a lot of people that if I'm going to go into agri, I'm not going to have a farm. Farming is for, they are the ones making less money. You go into processing. Processing is, because farming has a lot of risk. You farm, anything can happen. Like, I'm not saying that we won't have people who, but it's better we have people already established in that, and then just find a way to increase their capacity in their farms and all that, which you can do some investment with them and all that. Different. But I like the processing part, because the processing part is where the money is. Let's say you have a farm for watermelon, for instance. Something can happen to your entire farm of watermelon and everything is gone. Or let's say you complete the circle of your this and decide to harvest, and on your way coming to town to maybe distribute to whatever you have harvested from the farm, maybe the truck decided to have accident, you lose everything just in. But you can buy the watermelon, they supply to you directly, and you make a smoothie. And then you make 2005. Also, see, there are certain key factors when it comes to making money. Also, you must understand the market you want to service. I don't like, there's a mathematics that I do, but I'm not going to do it tonight. Like, if you pour a business in a poor environment is a poor business, no matter how you want to say it. So a fashion designer somewhere in, I don't want to mention, okay, somewhere in Ajangbadi, let's say for instance. I don't know where Ajangbadi is. I don't think I've ever been there, but I maybe, I mean, that's just the name. Okay, don't let me mention Ajangbadi. Sorry, where is Ajangbadi? Well, somewhere in all these, let's say Ayobo side or something, and very good fashion designer somewhere in that Ayobo town. And somebody in Lekki that is not even as skillful as this person in the Ayobo will make more than the person that is skillful somewhere in that. You need to understand the game of money. The game of money, depending on the kind of money you want to make, say there are people who they don't have numbers because it's not in a lot of, okay, you want to sell numbers. No matter how much Toyota has, I'm not sure they are as wealthy as Mercedes. So it's not the game of numbers sometimes. Also, it's also still a game of number if you understand the market you want to play. So, but understanding the market is also very, very key. And that was one of the decisions I had to make when I was starting my business. So that person can be very skillful, and then there's somebody within maybe VGC and all. It's not as skillful as that, but because there's a tailor that will sew something for 15,000 naira, and then somebody else will sew it for 70,000 naira. What's the difference? It's still the same fabric, the same everything. So this is pretty much how this thing works. So you bring you turn that watermelon to smoothie, then you make a lot of money, and that is why you will see Western world, they come to Africa, buy our products, and sell it back to us at a premium. And then we buy and consume. And even they do it with our crude oil now, apart from it, and then process it, and then bring it back to us, and then we still buy it. So this thing is you want to go into agric sector. You must have knowledge. You must research. You know, the Bible says that study to show yourself approved is very important. So look into all these areas and don't have sentiment to any one of it. Don't say, because okay, this is what I like, this is what my mom used to do, and all that. You must understand which one is. Now, when you pick the one you want to do, another area where people fail is that they don't research about anything. So they just, from that excitement, they just throw it out, and almost any business would die without knowledge. Any business would die without knowledge. Before starting Landway, I think I've shared with maybe a few people how I studied almost 40 real estate companies within the market. And I studied their business operation, what they were doing, every loophole. It took me 3 months. So people thought, okay, Landway just came out, and so until date, it's still something that we do. I might not share, some things there, but research and development is a key area. So research is extremely very important. When you understand that sector, take torchlight and shine that light into it, and understand that, okay, this is how you want to come in. This is what we have. A very viable construction business, extremely viable construction business. As a matter of fact, I can live on that and still be very wealthy. So, viable construction business, we have something that we're trying to do with health now. We have something that we're trying to do with agriculture now. And one of the problem of a lot of people is that it's not that you can't make money. During COVID, I looked at a lady's business. I saw the potential in that business. I studied a lot of people's businesses, but I saw the potential in this lady's business. And after watching her for like a month, I called her, like, I like what you do. And I see that what you do can really scale big. But Nigerian entrepreneurs lack three things: the first thing that they lack finance, but it's a lie, they don't lack finance. So what they lack first is information. They lack also value integration into what they do. So value integration means that, now let me make you understand it. My perfume is just, I don't even know I'm sure that the liquid inside is not up to one glass cup, but you need to see the packaging. That, I stock the package every time I finish using, every time. So you can almost see that even the packaging can be more expensive than the content. So we don't understand value integration into what we do. So we just want to do it anyhow, and that is how the Western world rules in the world of business. They make something that is simple look extremely very, 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 extremely very, very attractive. So they also lack quality counsel. So they lack quality counsel. Quality counsel in the sense that they don't have enough consultants around them who advise them consistently as to what to do. Professional advice, several things. So I called this lady. I said, okay, I like what you do, and I'm interested, and I want to invest. I want to bring in from my own understanding of your business. So I asked her that, okay, what have you been doing? What has been your highest turnover in a year? She said 5 million. I was like, what? 5 million? That's so I told her that, okay, I can move you from 5 million a year, which has been the highest you've done in 3 years. I can move your business from 5 million a year. I can move your business to, in the first year, if we have an agreement, I'll move your revenue from 5 million to 1 billion. She was excited, and I said, well, but I'm going to pump in 400 million naira, and I want 45% share of your business. He said, okay, that she's going to think about it. And a lot of people, you must understand something. See, Nigerian entrepreneurs, they prefer to own 100% of nothing than to own 10% of something that is extremely, 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 extremely working. Like I have a friend, he's the CEO of InterSwitch, Mitchell. Mitchell owns less than 5% of InterSwitch and is extremely wealthy. So you must understand that even when you have this business that you're doing, the faster you scale, the more stronger you become. And you must scale and scale fast, especially if you have good demand. And I called somebody last 2 weeks and I said, I want to invest in different entrepreneurs, but I'm interested in agri, most especially. I'm interested in agri, but I'm doing both investment and also financing. So investment is equity. So I can say, okay, I want this part of this thing. But Nigerian entrepreneurs, they really don't understand equity. They just want to be CEO of nothing. CEO of 2 million a year, CEO of 10 million a year, CEO of nothing, extremely nothing. So, but see, not everybody will actually be like Wale that owns his company 100%. But I didn't start out as that. When I was going to start Landway, I was looking for a partner. I was looking for somebody who would invest in the idea. And I met this particular woman. She gave me 5 million naira. So she asked me for 40% of the business. I was ready to give it up. So I took the check for 5 million naira for 40% of Landway. But as God will have it, God helped my foolishness, because on getting to the bank, they asked me to return the check back to the owner. So I called her. She said she had an idea that the idea would not work. No, that she said she had a dream that the idea would not work. Thank God for me, because we'll have gone into arbitration if I'm going to buy her out now. But also, I'm not saying that I'm going to own 100% of Landway for life. Of course, that's not the kind of business that I'm building. Don't be surprised when you hear that I've just resumed as the group CEO of Oxygen Holdings, and then you see Landway Public and all that. So my business is not about, because a lot of entrepreneurs miss it that way. They build business around families, because your daughter has just finished from Yale, so you just bring her to come and be the CEO of the business, and then before you know it. So there are different tactics to these things and all that. But you need to go a bit. See, last year somebody approached us. If you want to buy 10% of the business, and they were offering 2 figures in billions. 2 figure in billion. But I felt that it's not time for us to sell 10% of the business. I mean, we still have, if at all we are going to do it, there are different stages. Also, see, in the model of counsel, there is safety. So you must have good counsel. You must have solid financial advisors that you have. See, last 5 months, I was going to buy a business, a real estate business that has been in existence for about 25 years. And it was counsel that really saved me from that deal, because I was going to just buy it maybe for the ego and then for the news and all that, because sometimes you want to just do something like that. So we're going to buy it, and because we had good financial advisors, the plan is pretty much better 100 times than this business, and you don't need to touch it. So, but if we don't have people like that who are very, who could have jumped and then taken a very terrible step. So when you want to make money, different ingredients all together makes it a very good deal. We determine the kind of money that you are going to make. We really determine the kind of money. So because there are many people who are also doing the same business I'm doing, and then they are not. So different things. So when you understand that sector that you want to go into, you must really, and I emphasize so much on it, you must get a lot of wisdom, understanding, knowledge about that thing exactly you want to do, because that will give you wide understanding. You must understand data, and you must make decisions from the point of data. So different things that I can talk about that would determine if you are going to enter that sector that you want to go into and make billions or make millions or maybe scale within a very short time. Because the thing is, without understanding of that thing exactly, you are likely not going to make much. And so making money starts from there. And just to wrap my point up, my point is, you want to make money. See, we had a meeting some time ago, and then it was a closed group, and then it was at Nigerian Stock Exchange. And then somebody said something that is very, very profound. Said, Nigerian entrepreneurs don't lack capital. As a matter of fact, there's enough capital, but there's no enough ideas to harness this capital. So there's a lot that you want to, because your business can't just make sense to you. Must make sense. If I'm going to invest into anybody, I will see your figures. I will see, like it might even be the business that you're doing currently. You're already making money. It's a proof that the business can make much more money. It's a proof that the business can make much more money. So you don't have to drop the business that you're doing now and say, okay, as long as that business is making money, and then you can see area, because the money that you don't have that is not enough, don't know if I'm making sense now, might just be because you need to scale that business. So you need to take it from the point. And scaling is not 1 to 2. Scaling is 1 to 10. That is scaling. Scaling is 1 to 10, like it's not 1 to 2. So different things surrounds making money. Aside you having an understanding about what you want to do, or you doing something already that is making money for you, you must also understand that, how can I do it better? And how can I take this thing to, how can I see? Business is war. So you must find your way to the top quickly. Whatever sector you find yourself, you might just say that when they mention 1, 2, 3, maximum 4, 5, I want to be top part of this top 5. And there are certain things that will make you that top 5. Already you are doing business, you are making money. Maybe this is another area that you need to understand. So it's not sentiment, it's nothing. You just must understand that making money goes beyond just, okay, you can understand the value chain, or might just be something that is missing because you don't understand the value chain that you are currently running. So different things. So we can discuss this over and over again. We can discuss from morning till night, and then but different things and different things and different things and different. And I think that these are the things that people really need to understand when it comes to making money and money matters generally, because you can make money only from two things. Only from two things. Anything outside that, nothing. You can make money only from two things. Either you are selling a product or you are selling a service. Your business is category, whatever. Even if you are in a career, you are providing a service within that business environment. And based on the service that you are providing, because you've been employed there to do something. So you are going to make money with these two things. And it's very good for you to break it down that way. Is either from product or from service? But me, I like product because it's okay. I buy this mouse for, I'm buying it for 1 million, 10 of it. Then I sell for 1.5. So it just so everybody pretty much know how to make money. But also there are several things, because even making money, relationship is key, location is key, location in terms of environment, also the knowledge that you will have. Now, when I say relationship, see, there are certain people who you don't have, it's not like you can't make money, but because you slam too many relationships, like you slam so many doors, you don't close doors gently. You just go, you want to leave your work environment and you are not even doing it well. So people mention names every time. Every time people mention names. And when they are mentioning your name, you will not be there. Trust me. You will not see. We have about 5 contracts that we want to roll out now. And for the last 2 weeks, they've been mentioning names for me. And the names they've been mentioning, by the time we get to the stage 2 of the background check, we just discover, okay, this person, nobody can even put in a word. So, and these people don't have an idea that they are mentioning, and it works like that. You can be in, somebody will mention your name in Aso Rock, somebody will mention your name in, different places, they will mention your name. So relationship is also very key. Go to where, don't say, okay, you want to live in Okokomaiko. It's not about big spaces, it's about great places. Because when I moved to Lagos, it was Mushin that I moved to, and Mushin, lovely environment too, but it's not for my destiny. So I got to Mushin, and I saw abject, a bus conductor will wake you up. So different inside the study room. But every Saturday, the estate where the guy is staying, I was, like you can imagine, I'm squatting inside somebody's study room. But they used to have this once in a month estate meeting. So what attracted me to the estate meeting was every time is buffet. They will eat and eat and eat and eat. So I said, okay, this is very good for me. So, but trust me, when you go into, and as a matter of fact, when you jog in the evening, they will not ask, they don't even know if you are squatting or something. They just, because they've seen you in that environment, they believe that you are one of them. They smile to you, they extend hand of friendship to you, and you can go to the estate meeting, then somebody tell you, okay, where do you stay? You're not lying now. They are not asking you, do you own the place? Are you squatting there? They say, where you say, I stay in Clinical. That's where you're staying. So nobody gets if you are squatting, if you are this thing. But because of that, they ask, so what do you do and all that? You make friendship, and life grows based on relationship. Life grows based on relationship, because also in making money, relationship is also a very vital aspect. Somebody will mention your name, like somebody that will tell you that there's this deal somewhere. May you know the right people. I tell you, may you know the right people, not people that wake up and tell you problem of Nigeria 101. They just know everything about the problem of Nigeria. Some people don't even see the problem. COVID is the okay, don't let me see what I want to say. COVID, someone called me during class and said, this thing will happen, this thing will happen, this thing will happen. In COVID, we cleared our target 2 months ago. Target for the year that we thought was big. We cleared it 2 months ago. So target for the year. And if I tell you our target, you almost run out of this picture. So we cleared it 2 months ago. So we just started thinking that, okay, how else can COVID help what we do? Because You are either around people who see stumbling block every time rather than a stepping stone. So, and it's better for you to see people who see everything as a stepping stone. See, some people made billions of naira from this COVID. Some people supply a lot of, see, you just must know the right people. You must, don't say, okay, you want to go to where they are selling beer, 200 naira, where you can just go to where they are selling beer, 3K, 4K, 5K, because you just sitting there. Be a networker. Walk up to people and tell them, okay, this is what you do, because you never can see build relationship. I'm not saying, see, you can't build relationship if you are always thinking of getting. People will run away from you. They will japa from you. You can't build relationship if everything is about getting. So people will mention your name, but how well you relate with them and their belief of you is what will determine. If I cannot tell you how much I have been blessed by good relationship. How much I've been blessed by good relationship. You know, someone just say, I know Wale can do it. I know Wale. I know Wale. As a matter of fact, we trade on friendship, on that integrity, because even in friendship, your relationship with people, you must not slam it. You must be careful. You must know that when this person is thinking of me, this person is thinking that I can give me. So see, this thing is deep, because somehow you can sleep as a broke person and you wake up the next day, your friend will just call you, I've dropped your name this place, they need to go and supply this, they need to go and supply that. So you must see, somebody mentioned Joseph. So you must have people in your life. Don't say go to places where you can develop quality friendship. As I tell you, quality friendship. You don't have to live in that 3-bedroom flat that is big for nothing, where you can just stay in a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom this thing, and then in that quality environment, you never can tell, can be MD of big companies that just say, okay, go and do this, and that will change your life forever. So relationship, environment, and information that you have is extremely very key. So I would open the floor for questions. I believe that you learned something and I've not wasted your time. I'm just talking generally from my heart, you know.
Wale, thank you so much. Definitely not a wasted time. Thank you so much. And then Wale has said a lot of things here today. And we'll soon open the floor for questions. And I like the fact that he mentioned something very important to us when he was closing. And that is relationship. You know, sometimes it's not about you being smart. You know, they said it's not about working out, it's about working smart. No, the smartness here is just about you getting into some circles and making sure you're there. I was with the men's fellowship of this present house yesterday and today. And then my scripture that I used was Ecclesiastes 9, verse 11. It said, the race is not to the swift. In other words, it's not about speed. Nor the battle to the strong. It's not about strength. Nor bread to the wise. It's not about wisdom. It's not about knowledge. Nor riches to men of understanding. It's not about your certificate. Nor favor to men of skills. It's not about your polishing your talent, your owning your skills and everything. It's not about that. It says, but time and chance happen to them all. You won't understand until you read another translation. Another translation says, being at the right place at the right time. Most of us, our lives has remained the same because we are not at the right place at the right time. It may be the right time, but not the right place. It may be the right place and not the right time. You need to pray that God will order your steps to be at the right place, the right set of people. And sometimes also you need to have the right mindset, the right attitude, because you can be in a place where billions is being discussed, where millions is being discussed, but you may not even understand it because your heart is not even fruitful and fertile for you to be able to receive some things. And I said it this morning at the meeting that most of the things that will change our lives are not going to be taught, they are going to be caught. And you catch through observation by just being around people. That is why you cannot afford to jettison relationship. You cannot afford to just put relationship aside. And you can't afford to slam the doors. You cannot afford to do that. It's too risky, it's too delicate for your future to do that. And again, one other thing that they said, multiple of counseling, very important. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? How much, what's the source of your information? He said he will have gone into some businesses, but for the sake of some financial advisor who advised him and told him not to do this and not to do that. That's very, very important. That's one of the reasons why we also started the Ni Adesanya Business Think Tank. And the Ni Adesanya Business Think Tank, the people who are there right now are people that have enjoyed, information, relationship. That some of them told me now they walked up through being in that group. Doors have been opened for them to go and discuss with people that are even inviting them into their board to be part of their board. People of timber and caliber and value that when you see them on your board, it changes the whole game. And that's why we say, you know what, if you can afford it, you need to be at the Ni Adesanya Business Think Tank. And then we have a program coming up on the 9th and the 10th. Just imagine, you are in the same room, you are in the same hall all night. It's going to be a retreat from 1 p.m. on Friday to 4 p.m. on Saturday. You're going to be in the same hotel with Professor Patomi, with Dr. Christopher Kolade, and then our very precious Pastor Bola Akinabi, the same room, teaching and making information available. You don't want to miss that. So the flyer is on your screen right now, so you can call that number right away and then try and find out how you can be part of it. It's not cheap. I think Wale has been able to address that there's no point staying in one machine or staying in one area that is 3-bedroom big, but you have to be able to go and break into some kind of access. Sometimes that is what you need to move you to the next level. Just hanging around some people and then listening to what they're saying, and then boom, things changes for you. So please put that number down and call that number and find out how you can be part of this gathering. Now, Dr. Christopher Kolade and Professor Pat told me they have, between the two of them, I'm sure it's almost 80 to 100 years of corporate dealings, corporate strategies, and helping people to stabilize organization. Because it's one thing for you to make money, it's a different ballgame entirely for you to keep making money. So please pick up your phone right now and call that number and try and see how you can be there. It's all about the relationship you keep. Wale, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't know that you have gone bigger than the last time we spoke or the last time I met you. You have really gone mega. I'm really glad and happy for all the things that are happening around you. Now, we'll go straight to the question. I think I have an Adesanya here, interestingly. Okay, I have Adesanya, Oluwaseun Adesanya. You know the rules here is that you switch on your, your video. Once you have your video on, we unmute you. So quickly, we'll unmute you right now, and then you can ask your question. Okay, now I remember the Adesanya.
How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good.
Glad to be here tonight, and thanks for the great work that you're doing, helping the new generation to be well positioned for the prosperity ahead. And I strongly believe that there is a transfer of wealth, and it can only come from such a platform like this. So I'm happy to be here tonight, not because some people are CEOing my father, the name that they borrowed, but for the fact that so we take this as part of the dividends. So I want to thank Olawale for such an experience that people like us probably, let's say, we are highly inspired tonight. And one thing I will want to ask Hassan is something that has to do with his line of business. So two things. One is the fact that I have a question, and the second thing is I also have the request. For the question is, how is Landway.
Landway.
Landway, rather, helping to solve the gap, the housing gap, not just in Lagos, in Nigeria. Everybody is talking about Lekki. Nobody is talking about Agbara. Nobody is talking about Ota. How can his organization help to close that gap, not just with Lagos and with other states outside Lagos? That's my question. The request I want to make is, I love his line of thought, and I want to ask: will he also be interested in looking at fintech in opportunities, probably an innovation idea that probably can also help to bring more fortune? Thank you.
Okay, so can I just quickly answer that question?
Please go ahead.
Okay, so the thing is that, okay, now, well, we have this deficit here, sure, but most of this deficit in itself, it's in Lagos, because Lagos is a metropolitan city and everybody wants to come to Lagos. As a matter of fact, the social media space is not helping it. So you see your friend make it in Lagos and then shoot some pictures on Instagram, then you carry your bag and also come to Lagos. I've also been a product of that. So Lagos is a metropolitan city and it's growing at the speed of light. I mean, it's really extremely very growing. But really, this deficit can be worked on without public-private partnership, which is something that is already being worked on by the Lagos State government. Because see, we are just a business enterprise. As much as we understand the place of CSR, and we try within our best to also do some things along CSR. Also, the business in itself is designed to make money, and is designed in a way that we tend to channel our product where the market is where the product is much needed within the market. So for that, Lagos is one of the key areas where this problem of deficits is mostly hit. So for us, there can be, a lot of people try to talk about affordable housing and all that, but see, there can be solution to these problems. And the reason why I say there can be solution to this problem is that if there will be solution, public and private need to come together. Number one, issue of mortgage. Mortgage is a major problem in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, we don't have a strong functional mortgage system. That is, somebody earning a decent income cannot even access a mortgage that you can pay for 5 years, or you can pay for 10 years or 15 years. You don't have access to it. So mortgage is not circulated. As a matter of fact, mortgage has not even addressed up to 1% of the problems that we have when it comes to affordability. Then also, everybody wants to be in the city. Everybody wants to stay within, the migration to the island is so crazy right now. And everybody just want to stay within the city. Whereas people can, when you want to say affordable, then you can't do affordable in Banana, for instance. There's a market cap. So you can't, okay, you want to do project that is affordable in Ikoyi, you want to do project that is affordable in, but you can do something that is affordable within Badagry, Epe, somewhere in Kurudu, but people will still not want to go to these places. Why? Number one, also government, in terms of road network, in terms of, we should have a rail system, because if we have a functional rail system, I can live in Abeokuta and work in Lagos, and in just 35 minutes, so all these problems are there, and this is something that we discuss both on a private stage and also both on a government stage. Government cannot do it alone. They understand that fact, and and that's why every time they extend that hand of partnership between, for some months now, we've been talking aggressively. Lagos State government has been talking aggressively with us to look into these issues and all that. But I believe that one way or the other to be solved. So also the second one about fintech, yes, if it makes sense, if it's something that is interesting, so I'm interested.
Okay, good. I think we'll go to the next question. So, Wale, since you said you're interested, so how do we make the connection?
Okay. First is I think you need to reach Mr. Yeah, this one. They have to reach you first, and then you know how to reach.
Okay,
So
good.
I
No
believe
problem.
that we can set up a meeting when they reach you first. Then you can start from there. So we can set up a meeting. I think we'll be on sabbatical from maybe next week or something. So I can't have meetings and all that, and I'm not traveling anytime soon. So COVID has locked everybody.
Okay, no problem. We'll work that out. Now, the next person here is Tosin Babalola. Please, can you unmute Tosin Babalola, please, so that you can ask a question. There are some questions on the chat room, though, but let's take the live one. Yeah. Tosin. Please, do you want to unmute Tosin, please?
Hi.
How are you, Tosin?
Good evening. Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Wale. It's so good to have you on this platform. I listened to you some few months ago at a meeting somewhere at Lekki. It was a Tuesday meeting in the evening, and it was more like a chit chat, but there was no opportunity to ask questions. So you just basically told us a lot of things. And at that meeting, I heard more about your background, you know, more than you have mentioned on this platform. So I'd like you to tell us a little bit more about the role of patience, you know, in all your journey, the times of waiting, because I've heard you share, you know, something like that. A lot of people who I have met afterwards, you know, they think that Wale Ayilara just dropped. I mean, a lot of people know that you went to Harvard University, but they didn't know how long it took you to make O levels. Like all those little things, those periods of waiting for milestone achievements. And, you know, you told us a little about the cooking for a program, the experience. But I think a lot of people need to hear and learn the role of patience. I need to be encouraged again, because there are times when we try certain things, we don't succeed at it, and we look up to people like you, and we feel like, oh, everything you did was just it. So we just need to hear that over and over again, the role of patience, you know, in your journey. Yes. And I remember at that meeting, I was actually able to pull out 20 principles, you know, from that brief meeting and everything that you shared with us, because you were literally just pouring out, you know, your life and your journey, you know, up until this point. And it's been so wonderful seeing someone like you succeed.
Okay, thank you so much, Tosin. You know, sometimes while you can unmute yourself, you know, sometimes we have overlooked that, because we just assume everybody knows that story, because I've known Wale for a very long time.
And that has been shared on several platforms.
Okay, but we never can tell who's joining us for the first time, so go ahead.
You know, but for people who, of course, I've been on several platforms, and then some of those videos are even available on YouTube, kind of. And I've met people in different places say, "Oh, I saw your video and all that." Yeah, sure. I mean, these are the stories of success is very, very similar. You will fail. You must fall in love with failure. You will tumble. You'll be everybody will doubt you. Everybody will doubt you, including you yourself. You will doubt yourself. That really, can I really do it? Can I pull it off? You will doubt yourself. You will, you know, I started business at a very young age, and it wasn't easy at all. I didn't know why I even started in the first place, but I just knew that I have this restlessness in me that I just want to try everything that comes to my head. You know, so you will fail, but one of the things that is very important when you fail is that, trust me, you're not failing because there is something affecting you that you don't understand. Number one, your failure might just be a knowledge that is missing. It might just be just a little fuse. You know, see, sometimes in a car, one little fuse can affect the functionality of a car. And that is how important it is. So when you fail, you must find a way to fail forward. Now, and then how can you fail forward? Each time you fail, you look at what you've done, and then you look at the missing link. You look at how you could have done it better. Because experience, I say, and I tell people, and this is one, I developed a quote for myself after those years of failure, that mistakes increase your experience and experience reduce your mistakes. I'll repeat again, mistakes increase your experience reduce your mistakes. So it's a circle. So when you fail, you have more experience, and the more experience you have, you reduce your level of failure when you try again. But just don't fail on the same spot. So I didn't have it. It was extremely very, very terrible. That I borrowed money from anybody and anybody that I can think of just to run my business idea. And even when it doesn't work, of course, you are in debt. And then when you're in debt, you look for another idea to get yourself out of that debt, and it could be more holes that you're digging for yourself. So first thing that you need to understand is that you can get out of that situation that you find yourself. You can make anything and anything work if you just sit back, relax. See, the tension of, okay, you are owing somebody will not help you. Trust me. See, at the point I went to meet somebody to borrow me money, and I was really, really desperate. So I shared with that person, I'm owing this person, and this person is this. This person said he will do this for me. This person said he will arrest me. I was sharing everything. The man said to me, he said, see, Wale, heaven will not fall. Heaven will not fall. Heaven will not fall you. Said, heaven will not fall. Mend this. Heaven will not fall. Tell them to give you time. Tell them. So there are also tactics to managing debt, and even till date, I see a phobia for, when the time I was owing, the total debt I was owing was 300,000. I don't think 300,000 I can even buy my 4 tires. So, and I was already writing suicide notes. So you can imagine. But of course, you can die for nothing, and you know that you have potential to actually make it big later in the future. So all this can happen, and then it can actually affect you. Also, when you fail, failure is not really good because it can affect your ability to try again, to send a signal to your subconscious. You become very you become very, very desperate. You're already thinking that next thing that you want to do, you might likely fail. But see, first thing that will get you out is, in the motive of counsel, there is safety. Understand that thing that you're doing, you don't have to die there. Trust me. There are several other things that you can try. If you have to go and get a 9 to 5, please do, so that you get yourself balanced first. If you must sit down, reevaluate what you are doing again, and see how else. You don't have to start big. Sometimes you can start small and go big. So different factors to failures, different things. But I had my fair share of this. I failed almost at anything you can think of, anything. So when people come and talk to me these days, okay, they are facing this. I'm like, I've been in worse situations. You don't have an apostle that does not understand the feeling of your infirmity. So I understand. So I've been there. I've owed rent before. I've trekked more than 10 kilometers. I've had a failed almost everything. I didn't even pass JAM. JAM is not even in my record of the exams that I passed. I wrote WAEC almost 5 times. So I feel that everything and anything that anybody can fail at. I've failed in so many things, but I wasn't afraid to fail. I was not afraid to fail, and during those days, I was always the center of the prayer in my house. So when it comes to my they take time to pray for me. Then you know that, okay, there is exactly something wrong with you. So, but you must understand the path you've chosen for yourself. You must understand and own up and take responsibility, and with your heads up, and so several things. All of these things I might not be able to conclude tonight, but in all my years of failure, and even still in my years of success, I found something very, 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 very important all through your life journey. And what is that thing? Is you must be a consumer of knowledge. You must consume knowledge. You must consume knowledge as if your life depends on it. You know, we don't have a culture of reading. We don't have a culture of being in programs like this. We don't have that culture. So we must just develop it ourselves. You 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 might not have that ability to finish a whole book at the same within 1 day or within 2 days or within a month. Take it with time. Practice makes perfect. So that thing that is good, probably your body will not respond to you wanting to do it. So, but you must just force yourself, read as much as you can. See, we all have movie library with us. We have our phones. You can go on Google and learn anything. Log in of our time now. So you can learn anything. So I will, I ask people that, do you have a library? They say, okay, they don't have a library. But you have a library. Your phone is your library. Your phone is like it's your life, and you can almost learn anything and anything at all. Trust me. And the more information you have, there's no. See, if the Bible can say that the entrance of His word is light, the entrance of knowledge is light. And in order that get wisdom, get understanding, because that will liberate your life. Trust me. That thing that you're struggling at, it might be just you don't have enough information about it. And the more information that you get about it, you must understand yourself and then understand where, several things makes the soup very, very, very interesting. So I believe that I've been able to answer that. But if you really want to know more about how my journey and all that, there are so many videos I think people have interviewed me with on YouTube. So that will help. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wale. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing those inspiring stories. There's one more hand up. We'll take it, but before we do that, I just want to say this. For those of us who are on this platform, there is, okay, I can see 2 hands up right now. There is a program that we have running presently. It's a 90-day program that probably now it's about 80 days or so, less than 90 now, or less than 80 even. So, but we call it the Business Professional Community. That is where we share deeper things. And one of these is we was even still pull Wale back there. And I must say this, Wale, thank you so much for coming, because it was more or less like a short notice. And one of the people that actually really, I was planning you for later days, but one of the people who really pushed is one of the people who's asking a question, who's going to ask a question. I saw his hand up. He's from Sweden. He said, what about that guy, Wale Ayilara? Why don't you just bring him? I said, okay. I just called him. You have to call me back when I called him. I said, okay, I just called him. And then you call back and we fix that. And again, the reason why I changed my strategy a little bit on this platform. I was calling the older people, because I'm somebody given to businesses that have been there for a very long time. Experience. Now, like you said, your mistake increases your experience, and your experience reduces your mistake. So I wanted to always call the older people, the elderly people, to come and share their experience so that we can reduce our mistakes. But I also figured out that there is a place of inspiration. There's a place for somebody who is in your age bracket or who is not far from you, and you can see what he's doing, and then you can also get into what he's doing. It's more inspirational from them than from probably the older people. And last week we had the pertinence guy, you know them, Sunday and Wisdom here last week. They spoke about partnership, awesome time. Now, look at what you did tonight. Mind blowing, very, very practical, straight to the point. I mean, you said that we should write down things that where we spend money, that is where the money is going, and then pay attention to that. And then look at the chain, value chain, and then after you have seen the value chain, know where you want to go, and then build the satellite on it. What could be practical? What else could be as practical as that? And I want to appreciate you for that. So also let me just say this. It's a wonderful opportunity for us to join the, the business professional community. They'll be sharing something on the chat room. Before now, it was a 200,000 naira to be part of that. But the coordinator of the school, the coordinator of the community, Emmanuel Ifeanyi, based in South Africa, doing his speech in South Africa, prevailed on us and made us reduce it from 200,000 to 50,000. Now, the people who have joined already said they've gotten the value for their money, but we've only done 3 days when they said they got the value for their money. So that's the place you need to rush into. Get in there because you'll be rubbing mind with people. Like I said, the strategy was before to bring older people. Now I want to do a combination of older people and younger people. Younger people experience, the younger people inspiration. So next Saturday, we'll be having Clement Oladipupo. You may not know him, but I know him. And when I bring anybody on this platform, I know I'm bringing them. What will we be discussing next week, Saturday? We'll be discussing living above financial pressure. Living above financial pressure. I mean, getting away from this financial entanglement. Because most of us are under immense financial pressure. How do you get out of it? So you join Clement Oladipupo here, same time, 7 p.m. on Saturday next week, and they will do this together. But don't forget, join the business professional community. It's just 50,000 there. You can beat that, get in there. You never can quantify what is in stock for you there. So good. So now let us go to the next person. I thought I saw someone. Yeah, John Olawale. Yeah, John Olawale, you've been there. You've been put down the pecking order, but I know I've seen your hand. I saw your hand for a long time. So John Olawale, please unmute John Olawale.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, Mr. Ni, for putting this together. I appreciate you so very much. And I just want to say a big thank you to Mr. Ayilara Olawale. Thank you for inspiring us with your personal life. Thank you for inspiring us, of course, with your business. I'm always inspired by everything you do, particularly because I'm a young entrepreneur who is trying to be somebody like you. I mean, I drive a lot of inspiration from all you do. God bless you so much, sir. 2 questions very quickly. I just want to ask, sir, that at what point of a business do you consider diversifying, either within that space you operate in or outside of that space? At what point of your business should you consider diversifying, either within that same space or outside of that same space? For instance, you started out selling lands, and then just very few years after selling lands, you moved into construction. So at what point of that business, of your business, do you think was ideal for you to move from just selling lands to construction? So that's one. The second question is, at what point of a business should you consider investment? I mean, should you consider investing the money you make in the business? Those are the 2 questions I thought to ask, sir.
Thank you, John. Wale.
Yeah, so if please, can you rephrase your last question? Your last question.
Okay.
Like
the
I
last
understand
question is, at what? Yeah. Okay, at what point of one's business should you think to invest? I mean, you want to invest the money you get, the funds you get from the business. Like you want to invest not as individual now, but as a company. Maybe you want to invest in another company, or you want to invest in something that just brings returns for that business.
Okay, so the first question is, how do you know when to diversify your business? I think that it will be difficult for anybody to answer that for you, because even consultant can answer that question for you rightly. But when you look at your business, every day you must be looking at your business. And when you're looking at your business, you also look at where the money within your business is going. as much as you are looking at where the money is going within the market, so you must also look at where the money within your business is going. See, for us, we said, okay, 2 years, after 2 years, we are going to do this, after this thing. So we have milestones based on our goals and based on the kind of vision that we've designed for the business. So we have milestones. Now, we now said, okay, if we are going to build, let's say, for instance, 10,000 homes. 10,000 homes is going to be built by a construction company. And that's what they call, they call it one name in business, backward integration. So you do backward integration. So you can do forward integration and backward integration. So backward integration is you look at within your business and look at where the money within your business is going. And then you now develop a business again within your, I'm not now saying that, okay, when you develop that business, you now run it again. So you are going to really get yourself confused, and then you are going to get yourself mixed up in so many things. But you also set a proper structure for that other business to also run independent of the business that gave birth to that. Meaning that you are not the only client. So you're not setting up a construction company and you are now the only clients. That means that the day you don't do anything with that company, then the company is not really a company. But so when you look at your business at every point in time critically, you will know when that time, also you look within your business value chain and you say, okay, we can also do this. It's like you are selling a mattress and you're not selling pillow. So you look at it, so you're like, why can't I sell pillow? So we do buildings now. They were like, why can't we set up an interior company? So we set up an interior company. We've done jobs in Banana. We've done jobs in Lekki. We've done, and it's just making. So you also look at it like, so you are looking, your clients are asking you, okay, this is what you're doing. So you can, when you look at your business, you look at things that you can also do that is associated with that business. You can, different things. So understanding of your business will also give you the understanding of where and when and how you need to diversify your portfolio within that business. Because you don't have to diversify entirely out of your core business, because it might still be within the same value chain. I'm not saying, okay, you are doing tech or you now move into construction, except if you want to do construction tech. So depending, so that you will be able to know when you look at your business at every point in time. You look at your numbers, you look at also the gap within that industry. So you look at so many things. Also, the second one, I don't know why I'm forgetting this second question.
At
I can't remember
what
again.
point of your business should you invest?
Yes, I've gotten to that.
Business.
Huh? Okay, should you invest in other businesses? So,
yes, sir.
Really, that is also up to you, because if you're going to move money from your business and invest into another business, it could be a wrong move, because if you are moving your capital, or you're moving your running fund into another business, you also look at, because you will need to move money that you know that cannot kill your existing business. Because if you move money from your business that made that money, you now decide to put it into another business, it will cripple. In fact, the other one will not work, then the other one will become crippled. So you look at it, you look at your finance, you look, okay, what amount do you need to, and then you also look at that business that you want to invest in. So, but different ways for different people. Also, maybe your company has a savings. You can make money from your company savings, different things. But if you want to invest into another business, it's better you you pull out funds that will not affect the business at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. That's the best way to do it. It's just like, okay, you want to resign from your workplace. Then you now made the decision without having the money in your account that will pay you for 1 year. If you're married, you likely, people have lost their marriage because of that. So there's no adequate planning. So I tell you that before you resign, at least have at least minimum 1 year salary in your bank account. Then you know that, then you also have one leg in, one leg out. Have 1 year monthly income in your account. Also, make sure that that other business is already making 50% of the amount you are earning currently before you resign. Do you get? So you are safe. You know that, okay, if you resign, you have your 1 year salary, then this business is already making 50% of the amount you earn every month. So you know that, okay, worst case is that your lifestyle will just reduce a bit, but with your time dedication now, you can match up. So different. So wisdom is profitable to direct.
Okay, thank you, Wale. Thank you so much for that. I think we just go to the next one, the next person. Please don't forget, tomorrow we are having a program, but it's for the people in the community. We're having Oge and Tomiwa, who are body and behavior modification experts from the UK. We're coming to teach us on how to get our health sound and ready for the journey ahead. Sometimes your destination is far, but your body is the vehicle that will get you to that point. If you don't take care of the body, you may not get to that destination. So join us tomorrow. For you to an open meeting like today's meeting, it's going to be a closed meeting, but you must be part of the community for you to be part of that. So good. I would allow Bennett. Yeah, Bennett right now. Please, I will appreciate if we go straight to the question, because I can feel that Wale has been working on. He's a bit tired now. He doesn't forget questions, but for him to be forgetting the second question, he's tired. So please, let's just go straight to the point, and so that we can let him go on time. Good.
Okay, so thank you very much for giving me the privilege to speak, at least to greet Mr. Wade. Of course, you said straight to the question, but at least I can appreciate him. To say thank you for coming. You know, when I saw his flyer that he's going to speak to us today, I was like, wow, I can't wait. So, Mr. Wale, thank you for tonight. Just know that a lot of people were admiring you here in Europe. I'm based in Sweden. I spoke to a lot of people about you. I said, you have to see what this guy is doing. You know, I show a lot of people your estate, and today I invited one of my brother. He's from Finland, so he's in this chat. He's still here now, and my younger brother from Sweden. So three of us from Sweden and Finland, we are here tonight because of you.
Hope it has been worth it for you guys.
Yeah. For me, I'm satisfied. So I really hope that, because we are discussing a lot about business and you, so it's a great night with you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. So I just want to ask you just one question, if you can share with us. What is the? Can you share, tell us this kind of what is this book that you have read? Maybe one book that you have read, you can recommend to us. Maybe have changed your, changed you for who you are today. Just one book that you can recommend to us.
Okay,
Thank you.
I think that would be my book.
That would be difficult. that would be, that would be difficult for me to answer, because I've as a matter of fact, it's just like movies. My wife used to, abuse me, and she would tell me that I just watch movies without even knowing the title. Once I see something that catches my attention, I just, so I'm a voracious reader. So I think that even in the course of my life, I might have consumed more than 50,000 books. I think so, because everywhere around me is like everywhere, So, but but I can mention so many. But I think the one that is really, really very, very key for me is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a classic. Think and Grow Rich. If you pick the book first time and you finish it and you don't understand it, go back to it again. You can almost read that book 10 times and still not be. Of course, I will not also see, once it comes to books, especially if it has to do with a book that has something to do with my area of interest. So, like, even sometimes I buy books that I don't have to read immediately, that I might pick maybe in the next 2 years. But I know that, okay, one day I'm going to need this book. So when I travel, the only thing I buy is books. So I can stay, I go early to the airport and I stay at the bookshop. I can stay there for like 2 hours looking at and checking books, and I just fill my bags with books and all that. So, because sometimes when you have something that you are trying to work on, see, the Western world, they have, almost every white guy has a library, almost all of them. They just have this culture from a very young age. So, but we must also have that culture of having a library. That is, you have a personal library that anything that you are working on, you can go there. And then, because library is for consultation, like, it's not to read. So, but many people think that, okay, library is where you go to read. No, it just because it's quiet there, people stay there to read. It's not where to read. It is where you go to consult. So you pick materials there, then so based on whatever, see, this book now, because I'm working on some startup. Can you see it well?
No, it's upside down. Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay, it's okay now. Okay. The startup way. So because I'm working on some startup this thing now, I'm actually going to be working with a lot of startups now. So I'm actually picking, and I picked this from my library. Can't even remember when I bought the book and all. So just that I'm talking to you from a Mac now. Like, if I show you my library, come into my office, the library, in the boardroom, there's a library, everywhere there's a library. So I don't joke with it. But Think and Grow Rich for me is classic. So I also saw here that a lot of people want to reach me. Also, my email is olawale@gmail. So it's just simple. And I read my emails. So olawale@gmail. Of course, you can also follow me on Instagram, but it's just lifestyle there. So, but you can send me an email. But Think and Grow Rich is classic. It's a book that I've torn to pieces, and and I can pick it anytime. One day I finished it on the plane. Again, maybe the 8th time or something. So you just speak. It's just very, very. I find it very interesting and very, very practical, and it's just something that just something that relates to. It is. You cannot escape that on your journey, on your success journey. That book, you can't escape it on your success journey. Almost every successful human being they've consumed that book. If you're successful and you've not consumed that book, I don't think you're successful yet. So, almost every successful people have consumed that book. So for me, and thank you very much for your love for the Landway brand. I mean, continue to do more to get some of this love. Thank you.
Thank you, Wale. That's a book that you must, all of us must get. Actually, for anybody who wants to succeed, that is the #1 book after the Bible they will recommend for you. Let me throw in one more. You hear people last week saying something about my relational skills. I'll throw in one more, because this is actually the guy, the author of this book was one that gave Napoleon Hill the necessary finance to be able to do the research that he did. And his name is Dale Carnegie. And then Dale also wrote a book. And the title of the book is How to Win Friends and Influence Others. You need to get that book. Everybody needs to write that book down. Go get it wherever it is. Read it again and again. It will improve your relational skills, and then you'll be better off for it. Good. So the last person tonight is Ajayi Joel. Ajayi, you need to switch on your video for us to unmute you. He needs to switch on his video for us, Ajayi Ajayi Joel. You have not switched on your video. Once you do that, we will unmute you. Ajayi Joel. Okay, we'll assume that Ajayi is not around. And then, okay. Peter, if you want to ask a question, activate your video. Once you activate your video, we will unmute your microphone. Activate your video. Okay, good. You can unmute Peter quickly.
Yeah, good evening and thank you. And actually, I want to appreciate Mr. Wale Ayilara for this night. It has really been, it's been a long time I've MC, and hearing me again this night is something that inspires another thing in me. So my question is I just want to know how having a business idea, and he was talking about the fact that when you are a salary earner, how to really manage building a business and still doing this 9 to 4. Is it a particular idea or strategy that we can be deployed for somebody like us that we are having 9 to 4, but yet we still want to also build our business idea along the way? Is there a strategy that you can actually advise us on?
Okay, Peter, it's good to see you again. Peter used to be, when he served in Abeokuta, I used to have an office then in Abeokuta, and then he was one of the coppers that paid me. All right, but okay. So Peter, if I understand your question very well, if I understand your question well, I will say that I've explained the logic already, that if you must start a business while you're still working, you just have to make sure that, number one, you do it ethically. That is, your business should not affect your career work time. Don't cheat your employer, because one day you will also employ people. So you also don't want them to be less productive because they are doing their personal thing. So number one, if you have available time to do your side hustle, because while you're still working, and then they call it side hustle. So to do your side hustle, I'm saying that first, you need to have that time within your, also you can set a time frame for yourself. You can say, okay, I want to run this in part-time, and then see if it will work and all that. Or my work now will not avail me time to do this, but I want to maybe set a goal for myself to start in the next 2 years, so I gather momentum so that I can sign up from paid employment and go and do this thing. So you must first, one leg in, one leg out. So one leg in, you start as a side hustle, then you see how much you're making from it as a side hustle. Like I already explained that you need to be making 50% of your salary before you take that step to resign. Also, you can say, okay, you want to keep one leg in, one leg out. That is, you can run in if it doesn't work, so that you can survive financially. You also run back to paid employment, but you must know if age is on your side, because also some of those decisions are hard to take when you are a family man, especially when you are married and then you have children, you have school fees to pay. You think of them, because it's much more important. See, one of the advantages that I have is that you can start at any point in your life, but I started way early. So I made a lot of mistakes that a lot of people are making now at a very, I've made those mistakes at my early 20s, but have your salary saved, and also you need to maybe have a good hand to work with you on it, so that maybe you have meetings to go to, and then you are at work. Don't take a sick leave because you want to go and attend it. Because see, sometimes that meeting you are going to, don't be surprised. Maybe your boss will just show up. so you must have good hands to so different strategy and different ways. Or you might maybe do it as a weekend thing, different. But the simple summary is have your salary saved, 1 year salary saved, and then make sure that you are earning 50% of your income before you make that resignation move. And just have capital ones to run it with and all that. But sound your idea by people. See, one of the things that a lot of people need to do is that, like, if you are married and you share your idea with your wife and she cannot understand, please, caveat emptor, do not go with that idea. They have a way of seeing doom. They have a way of seeing disaster. So I'm not saying in all cases, but if you share with your junior sister and they can't understand, take a pause a bit, and then, because that means that you cannot convince your family members, and for them not to understand it, it will be difficult for the market to understand. But if they can, so different ways, different ways. But I think that seek good counsel. I mean, you are in a group like this, and I believe that for you to be in this group, I believe you have access to Mr. Niyadose already. And it's somebody that, we are big ego. We have been together for years, and there are people that we even run to, even at this level, and say, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. They just tell you, okay, so have people like that around you who you can sound this thing by, and then a group like this is good because it's solid support structure. So you already have, you have that access, you have that. So, and you see, back then when I was in school, one of the big things I did for myself is that I will go from my school to programs. Now we are doing this virtually, but then they do it. Then I remember I would gather my money for 1 week, my food money for 1 week from school. Then we'll go to Daystar, Megastar conference. We'll not eat for 2 days. We'll not eat. Different speakers. We'll be hungry, but we'll still be shouting. We'll still be. But those things are paying off now. People laugh at me in class and say, "Okay, you are going to listen to all those motivational speakers. You're going to listen to." But if you are not listening, maybe my life will have not turned out this way. Because everybody needs a level of motivation. Everybody needs something to inspire them. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs somebody to just, so we listen to, Mr. Niyadose was one of the people that back then in school, we consume his materials. So buy CD, buy books. There are so many of them. So go to their programs, we listen. So we all believe that, because it is garbage in, garbage out. So whatever you feed your mind with, it is what you churn out. So things like this is also very important to boost your motivation, to boost your energy, and also, most importantly, that counsel that you have access to. So I believe I've answered it.
Okay.
Thank you. Before you go, just don't leave yet. I think Ayilara came back. We had a disruption. So take a second, please, not be neutral.
Okay. No problem.
Before then, I would like to appreciate Tony Aspire is here. Madam Buki, if I can see you, thank you. Samson.
My people are here. Really?
Your people are here. That's why I wanted you to know that your people are here. And Femi Ariyo, good to see you. I think I saw Rushewe here also. My friend in Abuja, I can see him again. And Colin Shegan, we acknowledge you. And then for the Tokotayas, thank you guys. And then I'm trying to see other ones that are here. Okay, good. So, Ajayi Joel, please go straight to the point. I've kept Wale here for too long. I need to let him go and meet his wife before she starts holding me and expect that I put his husband.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Olawale Ayilara, and good evening, Mr. Nii. I'm really excited about this opportunity. So I have just 2 questions to ask. And the first question, which I remember Mr. Olawale raising the point about, if your product is for the poor, you don't have a business. Like, if your business is for the poor, you don't have a business. So I want to ask, for young entrepreneurs who definitely have issues with while we are trying to grow in the entrepreneurial circle, starting from scratch and stuff, definitely the kind of people that are in our circle, obviously, are not people that can that we can call the wealthy. So it's two things for us, networking and also building the business at the same time. And I remember you talked about networking. Which one should we prioritize? Or is it possible for both to go hand in hand, seeing that we want to reach out to the wealthy, but we are limited with our environment, and at the same time, we still want to build our business. So is it possible to manage networking to get in connection with the business at the same time? Or how do we prioritize that one? Then my second question is this. I've been having interest in local tourism for a couple of months now. I don't know if it's possible to ask, like if it's part of something I'm supposed to ask, if to ask Mr. Olawale if local tourism is such a profitable venture to go into. These are my questions.
All right, so quickly, I'll start from your last question. Local tourism is something that will likely boom within the next 2 years. Trust me, if you do it well, if you really do it well, it is something that, see, everybody is blocking out now. Everybody is blocking out. Dubai is not giving Nigerians visas and all that. So everybody is blocking out. So people are looking within. I mean, for some time now, you know, we've been looking at, okay, where to go to, and a lot of people are looking for where to go to and all that. So local tourism would actually do well, but you might need to research a lot about it because it is something that is financially, it will go up a lot of finance, and, but just research more about it. And it might just be, you're just building a support structure for that industry already. Just the way we have Hotel.ng, you're just building something for that industry. That is, you are building a tech platform that just tells people good places to go to.
Yes, sir. Exactly,
sir. So different things, but you must see money in it. Don't build it for building it. I mean, you must be able to see the numbers in it, because you can build it and there is no numbers. So you must see how you can make that, because you're not going to make money from it. So why build it? I mean, if you can generate data that can give you money from it, and so, but different ways, but you must see the Naira sign or the dollar sign, whichever one is very important to you. So then the first question is that, now, I'm not totally saying that people cannot, both can go hand in hand, networking and then building a business and all that within your present circle now. Now, I'm not totally saying that, okay, you should not build a business for the, see, that market is also very important, but I'm just saying that it's a game of numbers. Okay, let me use a very good example that we're all used to. So back then, I was privileged to be in a meeting, and it was a church meeting. Okay, so like I'll just say this. So it was a church meeting. So branches were presenting their financial reports. They are, okay, how much we got from this thing. Then a church in, I won't mention the location. So they presented their own finances, their financials for I think the months. So they show their figures. Another branch. So this branch, the different locations, they had more members. I think they had about, they have a lot of members. Then this another church in another location, they don't even have 50% of the members of this another church. But what is very interesting for me is that the amount projected by this church with a large number of people, this church with a fewer number, with just few people, the amount the other church projected as their income is the income from their children's church. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. This other branch has lower, does not even have up to 50% in terms of numbers, but their children's church finance is the same as the church with a larger. So sometimes you must just know, you just know what do you want to go after. Do you want to go after the numbers? You want to say, okay, you want to do something affordable. You want to do something affordable. That is, you are selling something for 50,000 naira. Then 50,000 times 1 million. What's that amount? But you can also do the amount you are going to get if you do 50,000 times 1 million. You can also get it if you divide it by 10, or divide that amount by 20, or divide that. So what you can get from 1 million people, you can also get it from 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, depending on your, but also these markets have different understanding. They have different understanding entirely. If you want to sell to there's a knowledge that is attached to, if you want to sell to the high network market, if you want to sell to the middle income market, if you want to sell to the lower end market. So they have different languages that attracts them. Some people are attracted by promo. They are attracted by promo. They are attracted by something like discount. They are attracted by, you say discount. They are attracted by, okay, buy one, get one free. They are attracted by oil. They are attracted by rice. They are attracted by cow. Some, they are not bothered about those kind of things. When I do birthdays, people give me, at least I get nothing less than 40 cakes and different gifts, more than 100 different gifts. Trust me, I dash out over 90% of them. So they are not, I will not buy something now because of promo, because of discount, because of, okay, like if I buy, you give me a bag of rice, you give me cow. Where do I want to keep the cow? Where do I want to, I don't even want it to come and mess up my compound. So I don't need, as in, I can afford 1,000 cow if I want it. So that is not, so there's another value that they look at. So they're looking at the quality. They are particular about the excellence. They are particular about, so there are several things. There's a bank that was looking to get my account, and they had this private VIP lounge. I won't mention the bank because I won't do advert for them. But it's a bank for the high and mighty. So they had this private lounge. They will give you, as in, they open champagne for you. They just, you can sit there, go in, and it's a so the kind of money they are looking for they are not looking to open branches in Oshodi, in Mushi. They are not going to open they are not looking for that kind of money. So they also spend in their ambience, in their, they will spend, they will do small things and make it big. See, for us now, I think last year, we did something very, very, we wanted to do something within our market. And then because of the kind of people who come for our product inspection, we got Prados. So it's not just Jalopika, rugged car that will take them on inspection. We got Prados, almost a brand new Prados, to take them on inspection. So they are also dropping from their car and entering our car to take them on inspection. There's no difference. Sometimes even the car they are bringing, the car we are using to take them on inspection is even better than the one. So, so these things are very important. There's a language for different, for these communities, and you must do your research to understand that. There's a language for the middle income market. So different things. So that, you have to do it and choose your game. Just choose your game and then speak their language. It doesn't matter. Speak their language.
So I think Wale also said something in the beginning. Look at data. Look at your data.
Yeah, data. Yeah.
Work with data. Like in my own industry right now, you see, what I earn from selling to one person is what some people will earn selling to 100 people. Yeah. Now I looked at my social media following. I realized that I don't have as much numbers as they do. So they can do the mass market because they have the numbers. I cannot do mass market. That's why you don't see me on Instagram live, marketing something over and over and over and over and over and over again. All my marketing takes place in this, what's it called? Zoom meeting. But what they sell to 100 people, just one person gives me that. And that is why you see me go to a hotel to go and have my program, go to Dubai to go and have my programs, because that is the language of luxury within the speaking industry or the coaching industry. So you have to figure that out. Where do you want to play? Do you have the numbers? If you don't have the numbers, you will not be able to do the mass market. You have to go to the luxury market, the premium market. But like Wally said, you must be able to speak their language. This delivered me. I just said to one person, $10,000. That's what they will sell to 100 people at $100. And then that gives you a whole lot of relief and stuff. Wally. I shall knock on your door very soon again. And I pray that you will oblige me when I come. At least you remember our good old days. Even if you don't answer, I'll come and I'll tell your wife to help me invite you. Anyway, but you made our day. This is 9:30, and then we still have 21 people here listening to you.
Thank you very much.
The impact and then the love that they have towards you. Thank you so much for this time. Thank you for sharing your heart. Thank you for being practical. And also, not just being practical, thank you for keep winning. Because it's in your winning, when you keep winning, that you stay as an inspiration. Because when you stop winning, then we don't even look up to you again as an inspiration. So thank you for keep winning, and please keep winning all the time. We'll keep praying for you, and we'll pray that the grace of God will find expression in your life. And then that which is working for you, God will use it and multiply it over and over and over and over again. We pray God's protection over your life and your children and your family and your beautiful wife in Jesus' name. And your businesses also in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Wally. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys, very much.
You need to get into the chat room right now and tell Wally a big thank you. Just go there.
Thank you very much, everyone. It's been a very good time. Thank you. I hope I can take my leave now.
Hopefully you can go and rest. But guys, before we go, we just play our music for tonight, and then that will sign us off. Our theme music for the month. Remember, we have a song that we play. I hope my people have not slept. They've not slept behind the. No, that is for Thursday. It's Tatiana that is for this month. This will be the final day that we'll play that song. From next month, we'll go look for another song. Hope that you guys have downloaded that song or bought that song, and you have been listening to that song over and over and over and over and over again. Because it's very important for us to do that. It's motivating, it's encouraging. Sometimes, there's a particular song that when I was going to resign my appointment at Daystar as a pastor to do what I'm doing right now, there was this particular song by R. Kelly that kept me moving. And then I played that song over and over and over and over again. It was encouraging for me. I don't play with Yanni, I don't play with Kenny G.